G'day guys, it's your old mate Mark from Bendigo. Welcome to Mancave Tuesday. What do we got going on in this video? We check out the Baca Swag that Rick gave Matt, Bibs and Bobs in the garage. Of course we check out Nate in the Woodshop, and of course some other random stuff. Righto, let's check out this Baca Swag. Bloody hell guys, shit going on everywhere. I don't know if you can see all that. Got a tag along ride coming, not this weekend, next weekend. That doesn't mean anything to you guys. And I've got the new sleeping bag and the mat, and I've got bloody pegs and bits and pieces. Matt's coming on the ride with a KLR 650. He wants to do that bloody swag. We've been mucking around. We've managed to get that down to that size, so that's pretty good. What we did was we took out the foam, the big foam mattress, and Rick had another insulated like foam thing in there. Took that out, put my old Sea2summit, the red one thing in there. I've got a sleeping bag in there, mine, just for when we're mucking around. He'll put his own in there. But yeah. We've reduced the weight of it. So I want to do this bloody review so I can get this thing out of this garage and he can take it bloody home. Righto. Actually guys, I forgot. I did some footage with Matt taking, showing the mat and all that. Have a look at this and then we'll go outside and set it up. Rightio guys, so this is as small as we could get the swag. I don't know what to actually. Put that next to the vac, the shop vac. So that's as small as we could get the swag to go. So now what we're going to do is use the Sea2summit mat instead of the big one and see how small we can get it. Righto, so that's what's coming out. Yep. Yeah, that's amazing how thick that is. And then Rick had that in there as well. Yep. Yeah, right. Yeah, so that's going to be heaps of bulk taken out. So obviously we don't have the sleeping bag. Yeah, so if you had had the sleeping bag in there, man, that thing would have been even huger.
Yeah. Definitely would have been. Stunt fit.
Oh, is it?
Yep, that's top to toe coverage.
Brilliant. Right, what we're going to also do is just grab one of my sleeping bags for now, just so we can put that in there, and that's going to give us an idea of the total size of it when you put yours in there. And you'll want all that.
I'll strap them in the outside.
Oh yeah, alright. Rightio, so that's it. Just rolled up, and you didn't even roll that hard.
I didn't
even try to cram that.
I did not try at all.
Yeah. So the next one we'll now do is fold it in half, then roll it up. Yeah. Righto. Rightio, so there you go. That's way more manageable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely is.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, that's the, if you want a swag, that's the way to bloody do it. So the only extra thing is maybe a pillow.
Little blow up pillow in the bag.
Yep, you got those doovalackies there.
And these. Pegs, which can go in a side bag. Normally just slot them in.
Oh, you just do it like that?
Normally.
Wouldn't you just do it like, oh, I suppose.
You can roll it up in there.
Yeah.
Just tuck it in. Do it on the bottom so that they...
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Done deal. You happy with that?
I am happy with that.
Cool.
got to go out and test it.
Yeah. Rightio, so as you can see, it did actually compact it way down. So what I'm going to do, I've never set this up before. It should be pretty bloody easy, but what I'm going to do is just run this in fast motion, then we'll have a look around it. You see me? Yep. Just got to check that you can see. Righto. Righto, that is done. The dog's barking, I've got to let her out. Hang on. Rightio guys, so that I believe is pretty much it. I tightened up the two guy ropes, which then tauted this up a little bit more. Yeah, well, there you go. All right, let's have a look at some of the features on it. Righto, so yeah, obviously we just feed this pole through this little bloody canvas, and you've got these little hooky things that hook on there. Got your little window here. So I presume we just roll that up like that. That through there. That would have been a better idea to have a toggle. I don't know why that doesn't have a toggle on it. You would put that through there. Oh, I'll just leave it like that, yeah. So you've got a little window. Exactly the same except a smaller pole here and these little hook-on things there. I don't know whether you're supposed to peg this bit, but I just pegged that there. You're going to cough all through this video, are you, dog? Rightio, let's unzip this. Roll that back. Something like that. And then, hey presto, on your hot summer bloody nights. Oh yeah. Righto, so obviously you can see a little window there. It actually has little pockets just there, which I thought that was a pretty little nifty thing. I mean, that's it. I mean, swags are pretty bloody simple, aren't they? Righto, for those of you that aren't in Australia, a swag is, I suppose, called, it's a bivvy. It's a canvas bivvy bag. I didn't realise people didn't know, but anyway, there you go. Right, so obviously if we had have had just the normal foam mattress in there, these are great for four-wheel driving or whatever. You've got an awning, you just slam it out, hook it up like we just did, and you can practically jump straight in because all your stuff is in here. Your sleeping bag, your mats in there, your pillows. You just jump in and that's it. On a motorcycle, obviously, we had to take out that stuff. You can leave that stuff in. I know Ken, when we did the Great Australian Ride, he used a swag. He'd obviously stopped using the swag because it's just such a big mountainous thing that takes up so much room. Yeah, so we've had to put in the Sea2summit thing. So now Matt still has to pump that up before he can jump in, you know, same as what you do with a tent. Righto, so now the next question is, how do I get it all, while I'm in here, get it all zipped up? Let's have a look. So obviously I would have this zipped up to there, ready to hop in that bit. So we're pretending that, you know, you're going to have all this, it's cold or it might rain or whatever, so you'd hook up one side, boom, make sure that flap is down like that. There's a little doodad here. So obviously if rain comes on it, we want it to run off. I presume I would do this. Like that. Man, you hear all those bloody birds, crazy buggers. Rightio, so this is most probably the part where I go, this is the next part, is that where do I put all my boots and my helmets, all my bits and pieces. If it's raining, I can't be just sitting here. I'd have to be, you know, trying to do this type of bullshit. So I suppose, you know, my boots have to come in with me. I don't have a little vestibule that I can put my smelly boots out over there. I've got to bring them in here. Alright, so clearly I'm not a swag man. On a motorbike, obviously. So let's zip this up. Oh, hang on. I was zipping up the fly, but then I couldn't get access to that. Bloody learner. Alright, so cool. So this is fine. I mean, I can do all this. Make sure that's underneath there. Zip that in. I'm still here, guys. Now I'm zipping up the fly, or the net. Cool. Well, I'm in here. But man, I don't have much room. But at least it's not hanging on me. Having that window at the back here, I'll just get out. Otherwise you're just looking at a bag. I reckon, yeah, a lot of people, the swag would make it, it would be toasty warm. Obviously the heat wouldn't penetrate, like get out like through a tent, because it's only very thin stuff. And of course the tent is larger, so these would be really toasty warm. But then we have the problem of, if it's raining and what do? You can't, the only option for when you're at camp is you've got to be tucked away. Like at least in a tent you can sit up. Blah blah blah. Mark's just wanking on. Mark doesn't think it's a great idea, so he's just gonna give you all the cons and none of the pros. The idea of a swag is really good, hence why they're very popular. But I just, yeah, I'll keep banging on. Motorcycles, I don't think so. But we'll see how Matt goes with it. Hopefully we don't get any rain. But on this particular motorbike trip that we're doing, you know, we're riding all day, we pull up stumps, you know, and then you set up your swag, we'll be cooking around the bloody fireplace or whatever. If it pisses down rain, well then out where we're going, if it's pissing down rain, everybody's going to be running for the tents, I believe, which is shit because you know everybody's separated. Or we just harden up and just sit in the rain around the fireplace. Yeah, there you go. Now, obviously, other things you can't get undressed and dressed. Not the stuff that we do. Yes, like we're not in camp places where there are other people, so getting dressed outside of your tent's not a drama. But yeah, there you go. So that's it. That's Matt's swag. Righto. So what have we got? It's a June 4-wheel drive tracker. That's the brand that is on this swag. It's a single, obviously. Looks like it's really good quality. I can't complain about that as a swag. I reckon that's brilliant as a swag. But from the point of motorcycling, I don't know, each to their own, I suppose. Righto, back to the man cave. Rightio guys, so we're not back to the man cave, we're back to the garage. Now it's like 12 o'clock at night. When I started rolling that up, now you saw the way Matt did it. Not putting shit on Matt, obviously we were just stuffing around. He would have eventually made it a lot better. But I just naturally rolled that thing up like I would roll my tent, where I fold the sides in and then I do a certain thing, and it just works really good. So if we just look at this, this is just, come around. So all that base is covered, so there's no, none of the canvas. So from a, you know, if you hit getting rain and stuff, the only bit of canvas is just that little bit there. Now me and Nay just ducked over to Matt and Haley's place, actually, because I was doing this and I wanted to try and put, because I rolled it up and I went, oh my God, it's rolled up so bloody small. And then I went, hang on, idiot, you've taken the sleeping bag out. It's just not because you're fantastic and wonderful. So I went, oh, I should put it back in, put the sleeping bag in there, try and roll it up and see how it looks. And I thought, I don't want to grab mine back out and do. So this way it gives Nay a break from in the shed, in the wood shop to get her out, because she's doing that stuff. So I said, let's go over to Matt and Haley's, grab his sleeping bag and pillow. He didn't get the bloody pillow because he's friggin' hopeless. But at least I got the sleeping bag. And I was able to then, when we came back, I've put that in there. So that has everything, the sleeping bag and those poles and pegs are all nicely wrapped up in that. Can't look, because he was sticking those, he's coming from the point of using this, you know, you can stick stuff like that, stick it in the back of the ute and away you go. You're not going to lose anything. But on a bike, if you stuck just pipe, yeah, you'd get to camp and you wouldn't have your bloody pipe. So that's what I'm doing. I've also got some other bits and pieces, so I'm just bringing you me dicking around in here. So I want to get this tied on because I've got quite a few different sizes of these from all the different bikes and the different configurations that I have. So this is a configuration on Harry that goes on the back. So that's you're all wonky. Straighten you up. This doesn't really matter, but this goes right on the back rack when I'm gonna put the big duffel bag on there, and then my big sissy bar bag goes on the passenger side. So that's when I can really pack a whole heap on there. I have a shorter one of this. It goes on the back rack, which then has the sissy bar, and then Nay sits on the thing. And then we've had one for Jackie Boy, the intruder, a little one. Anyway, so I thought, well, maybe bring it back around over here. Before we had all this packed up, because it was quite a lot bigger, we figured that we could mount that on there, which will then give him, you know, a big bit of room. But I'm now thinking we may not even need that because this is packed up so well. So I'm going to try and just use the gotcha straps to put that on there. Now the other thing is he needs a bloody chair. So that's Nay's Halinox. So that's got to go on there somewhere. Chappie's going to drop over on the weekend tonight. It's Friday night. It's about 12 o'clock at night. Chappie's going to drop over on the weekend sometime. He's got some saddlebags that just lay over, so he's happy to lend Matt those. So we'll see if that can work. If we get those on there, well then, geez, Matt's going to have shitloads of room. But in case we don't, I've got this is a Renegade bag. So I've got the big duffel bag. Yeah, that big duffel bag, and then there's that is the Renegade bag. So sometimes when I've really packing big, I've used this. So you'll be able to put some stuff in that. So since I've gotten that that mat, the Game Changer bloody Sea2summit Ether mat, and now I've got that what do you call it, the Sea2summit sleeping bag, and now I've got this. I've now got my little Australia patch on there that's holding me water. I'm just running and re-looking at everything and seeing if I can change things around, make things better. It's just minor little tweaks. Now let's have a look at those the pegs. Rightio, so the Sea2summit pegs. So here's those pegs. So the difference between what I have been using, and these are I got from the Halanox, so that you can see that that is just a, can you see that? I don't know, yeah. And then you have the Halanox, not the Halanox, the Sea2summit, so it's got the 3 doodads. Now if you look at that, see it's got a little bit of a groove there, so that obviously, you know, you could, when you hook your thing over, it never really worked much. And then you've got that there. There's not really a lot of bite. I found that there's not a lot of bite on these. They were pretty useless. But I tell you what, these actually have a good amount of bite on them. So pretty impressed with that. I think that's possibly luminous. I don't know. But let's have a look. And of course I've got my sand pegs. And then I've got one of the pegs out of Matt's Swag. And then just another old one that I had around. Let's have a look at the weight on them. Rightio, so hopefully you can see that. So my original peg, oh, of course you turn off. These are my original ones, 13 grams. The new ones, 13 grams. How's that? These 2 pegs are identical. Even though this one's bigger, and got the 3 sides on it. It's actually, so I don't know whether these are as strong as these. I know these are absolute strong, just crazy strong. The sand peg, obviously there's 19 grams. Shitty old peg, 29 grams, crazy. And then if you go for something that's a bit stronger, then you're jumping right up to 47 grams. So I think that's a win for these. I think they're pretty much the same price. I'm getting a bigger stake. It's got that 3-way, so it should hold better in the ground. I like the idea of those extra things, and I'm not losing any weight. Sand ones will stay the same. If you're in the sand, you've got to have a sand peg. Other pegs are just totally useless. And these things will just frustrate the goddamn hell out of you, and they're a little bit heavier. This is all just bullshit, you know, finicky stuff. The only way now for me to get things lighter, you know, there's no trickery, there's no DIY mastery or anything like that. I'm at the point now where I'm buying my way in to getting things more lightweight, like the duck down. I can go even more lighter. You go into the goose down to get lighter, but I'm not getting that much into it. Tent wise, maybe I could go MSR. Maybe I think they might make a really, you know, a little bit lighter tent, but I'm not going that way either. Not for that amount of stuff. I'm just mucking around. I like mucking around. I like tinkering, trying new things. Yeah, so there you go. Righto, let's get this swag strapped on. No, we will not, because I got more stuff. So I got this Sea2summit towel. Let's pull this out. So it's kind of like a chamois, but not a chamois. It's half between a cloth and a chamois. So that is it. Now I didn't realise, but I actually had the one that I use. Is actually Sea2summit. I didn't even, it says Sea2summit, but I didn't even notice that kind of thing. So this is what I've used. I've used this as a towel. I know people, especially the women, will be going, oh my God, Mark, how the hell do you dry yourself with that? Well, you can do it. This is actually the exact same size. So these are what they class as a small. You can see that. So they're identical sizes. I just went, oh, hang on. God, I'm looking everywhere. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a whole heap of different sizes that you can get those new tails in. I just chose the small, and it happened to be exactly the same size as my old one. This one works really good. This one should actually work better. It should soak up more, and it should dry quicker. I've got to actually wash this because they say if you wash it, so you can wash this. Don't use bleach or anything like that, but if you wash it and you could put it in the dryer on warm, not a problem. But I would think if they're quick drying, why do you need to tumble dry it? Don't use fabric softener or anything like that, because then it lessens its usability. So that's another new thing. I'm not gaining or thing. I just thought I'd give it a try. Why not? Now the other thing. So in here, actually, I'm all over the place. Sorry guys. When that one bag set up, the big duffel bag thing, and then I had said there was a problem that when you get up early from camp, all your tent's wet, and then you've got to stuff it in that one bag, and then you've got all your sleeping stuff in there and blankets. It all the wetness permeates through everything. So what I was doing was taking big Ziploc bags so I could put the wet tent into that. The problem is, over time, and not a huge amount of time, sitting in the bottom of the bag, it wears holes in it. So then it makes it pretty much useless. So I went, fine, I'll get one of those, what do they call it? The old dry sack at Sea2summit. Sorry guys, I'm banging on about Sea2summit all the time at the moment. So in here is my whole tent. So that's the tent and then the fly that goes over it. So my idea is this will just sit on the bottom of that duffel bag. Let's get this out. So that's the fly. That's the actual tent. So just like the Ziploc bags, takes up no bloody room. That'll just sit on the bottom. So then if I have that wet problem, slam it in that, chuck it in the bag, all good. Crazy! I also found I had this little bloody little stuff sack. I don't know, someone must have been given to me at some stage. I don't know. What was it? Nature Hike Adventures, waterproof bag, 2 litre. I was contemplating my, that's my toiletries bag. I've made a little change in this as well. I don't have it here, do I? No. Let's have a look what Mark has in his toiletry bag. The only thing normally that I use out of this, just on a overnight camp, is toothpaste and the toothbrush. That's it. But I do carry a little bloody, to get the stinks on. There's a little bar of soap. And I used to have one of those horse, you know, the round brushes, because that's what I use to brush my hair, is one of those horse brush ones. But I've taken that, because I don't normally brush my hair when I'm out camping. But I know sometimes when you're on a bigger trip, you know, you want to go into town, or you go into a restaurant, or not a restaurant, but a pub, you might want to bloody clean your hair up a little bit after having a shower or whatever. So I just gone with a normal brush. All that's done is meant that this is a whole lot more smaller, like it just takes it down to practically nothing. And then I thought, well, these toiletry bags aren't really waterproof, so I thought maybe, and this is where you're gonna got to slap yourself across the face and go, are you you're adding more shit to your setup? But I thought I could whack that in there, because if the stuff in there was wet, and then it's like, oh. And then I'd have that, but I'm not going to do that because I don't need that. I'm being utter stupid. There you go. Now let's get Matt's swag tied down. I'll get some gotcha straps. Rightio, so I've got, these are 2 metre, which is what I use for my duffel bag on the back of max. I'm thinking most probably a 1.5 will work for Matt on this, but I'll just use these just to see. Righto, so, and I reckon we might do a cross way like that. So if I go underneath there, no, hang on. Let's go this way, underneath there, across there, under there. What do you reckon? Feed that through there. No, that's not going to work, is it? Across there. We need to then loop on something. Aha! I could loop around that. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. So if I just scoot that around, put that down to there. Oop, don't pull it tight. You've got to remember, Mark, don't pull it tight yet. Now, stick it on there. I'll just show you what I'm doing. So it's just going around that grab rail, around there. And then on this side, you can see there's a hook thing there, which is enabling that. Otherwise, I'd most probably go around that, but we'll just go with that for the minute just to see if this is going to work. So I want to do that. There, we have that, yeah, wait. So I'm going to get that way, close to there, right there. And look around. That's done. Alright, now we pull it tight. Wait, sorry, and this one, we will. Right. I don't like that. If you've got to stuff around too much, we've got to make it simple. Let me play around and then I'll bring you back. Righto, just to break up some of that bullshit I've been talking about, I just thought I'd show you. So, for the guys that are following the KLR 650 budget bike build, and we know that the tacho is stuffed on this. Matt did get, I don't know, eBay or bloody whatever. Anyway, this rocked up today. It is miles, it's in the miles, but it does have the blue in kilometres. So hopefully the tacho will work on this one. So that's going to be coming up. Now what, so this is it, I've got it on. I'm not doing the crossover, that was just too mucking around. This is basically how I do it on Max, and that is not going anywhere. I will set him up with 1.5 metre ones because these 2 metre ones are just too long. They still work, but there's just extra shit you don't need to have on there. So the other thing now is this Renegade bag. I don't know whether we're going to use this if the bags that Chappie's bringing over. So I've just thrown that Halinox chair in there. Hang on, I'll put you back on the tripod. If we get the side panniers, I don't think we're going to actually have to use this, but just in case they don't work, we whack that in there. There's still going to be shitloads of room to put whatever. I'm planning, like I said to Matt, I can have all the cooking stuff and he just has to bring a cup or whatever. But if the side panniers do work, well then I reckon we'll set him up with some bits and pieces. I've got enough stuff around here. Set him up so he can do all that himself and have the total experience, because Matt's been on the Ramble and he was on the CB250. He didn't carry anything. It was all carried on the bloody on the Jeep. So that's basically what that will. So that'll sit there. And that, we tested this, he's got still plenty of room to sit there. That'll actually act like a backrest. You know, when we've packed up, you have that little backrest type thing, so that'll work out well. And remember, we don't tie to this, or you've got to tie to, don't tie a bag to a bag. So he's got those grab rails here. We've got D-rings on here if we need. Boom, strap that on there. He'll have heaps. I reckon that'll work. The other thing that we got for him, because Matt's bought himself motocross boots. What were they? They were Fox. They're actually an interesting look, which I'll show you at some stage. He's got his helmet, he's got his gloves, he got his jacket. Haven't shown you any of that, have I? And he's got a pair of pants coming. So he's going to be, from protection-wise, he'll be fully kitted up. But yeah, it all costs money. So plus all the stuff that he's bought for this. This used to be Nay's old tank bag that she had on. This is just a cheap bloody crappy thing that was on the Intruder, which we... Oh, actually he used... I'm thinking, why is it so dusty? But yeah, he used that on the Ramble, on the CB250 before it was all made pretty when it was the old clunker style. So yeah, that'll work for him. That's on there, no worries at all. So I reckon we'll have... we should have Matt bloody all sorted. We've got to tighten up the chain on the bike. What else do we have to do? I think there was just tighten up the chain and then just take it for it. We've got to do a shakedown ride on it. Oh, the other thing is the gear, the gear shifter. So now that he's got the new boots, the gear shifter, he can't get his foot under it, so we've got to lift it up a little bit so he can get his bloody MX boot under it. And yeah, so obviously, you know, I'm an avid thing of if you buy something new, you got to test these things before taking it out. Obviously, if it's something like a towel like that, you don't have to test that, obviously. But if it's a stove or new straps for tying down bags and bits and pieces, you got to do a shakedown ride. So that's what we're going to do on this weekend. Get all these bags sorted out. Once we're all set, we've got the chain tightened. The other thing, Matt will put his boots on, all these bits and pieces, and then we'll go out on the tracks, you know, lumpy bumpies. We might go far, you know, just out to the proving ground, so we get some juckety stuff going on and see how it all works. Because the last thing we want is shit going wrong when we're going along, and we'll be holding up everybody. We've got 13 riders on this tag along. So I was saying, so this weekend coming, so this will be Tuesday for you guys. It's now Tuesday. Yeah, on the weekend we're doing that, and we're doing 1,000 k's in 2 days, going up to Hay, open plains. Wow, that scared the shit out of me. The bike turned and the wheel went eee! It's getting too late, guys. I think that's all I can do with Matt's stuff. I've still now got to pack all my bits and pieces. That's it, righto. Let's go back to the man cave. Chappie's Close Encounters of the Feather Kind. Rightio guys, let's check out what Nay's up to in the woodshop. Aha! Hello.
Hello.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's starting to look
It's looking alright.
Yeah.
Now that you're here, you have to wait till it's all peeled off.
All peeled off. So guys, there's the second one. A lot of work going into these ones, I must admit. I must admit. You must admit.
I refuse to admit anything.
And here's the Moto. This isn't clear coated. That's the Moto Guzzi. And this is the Africa Twin. I don't know if we can. So this is the it's a logo. True Adventure, Africa Twin, and what is it? The CRF. I can't make it out, but anyway, there you go.
CRF 2L, I think.
Oh, is it?
CRF 1000 2L.
Oh, it's a one. It'll be a 1000.
It's something.
That's it. Now, what do you got over here? Actually, we went to Bunnings, and apparently there's this new sandpaper stuff. Have you actually got it on your sander yet?
No, I haven't got to that yet.
So it's called Sand Net, and Matt's actually seen the plaster guys using this. So one normal sanding thing, which is like that one down there, a normal sanding pad. They reckon this net stuff. Hang on a minute, I've got to get it out. Rightio, so yeah, look at that. So that's the sandpaper side, and I'm thinking, well, how the hell... Oop, stop it. This comes in it, and if you peel that off there... Oh, geez, I'm trying to do this one-handed. That then sticks onto there, like that. And then that side will obviously stick onto, yeah, onto there. Brilliant. Well, be interesting to see if you can, yeah, get. That'll just save you heaps, won't it?
Yeah.
So have you got it all done yet, or you missed spots or something?
Yeah,
You said?
I've just got to do a black spot under there.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Yeah, that's cool as shit. Cool as shit, baby. I mean, that's a cool logo.
That's a cool logo.
It is a cool logo.
It's got nothing to do with me, that one.
No, it's got to do with you too, but it is, yeah. It's hard to make that look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried.
Now, I was saying, guys, I don't know if it was in the last Mancave Tuesday, I was saying that I wanted to put some shelving stuff up there so that, you know, when she's, like, this is all the wood that we've cut up, which will all get joined up to make these types of things, the blanks. So that's the 80s, that's the 50s. Anyway, we can't do anything there because that's where all the sanding gets done, so she can't let sit signs over there. It's just not practical. But I did manage to get that old shelf in here, and she's liking it. The only problem is it doesn't fit the 80 centimetre signs, only the smaller signs on it. But anyway. And then I was saying about cleaning up. I did clean up. All the cobwebs are gone out of here. I did clean up. That was all. The floor was all clean, but she's messed it again. Look at it.
She's a pig. You'll have to get a new one.
New one?
A new me.
No.
Yeah, get a better version, one that cleans up after herself.
I wasn't allowed to touch any of this. She said they can't touch it. That is all organised. She knows where everything is. So that just stays the way it is. So that's all I can do.
That's more than you should do.
Yeah. Rightio, thank you.
Okay, see you, bye.
Boom! And the magic of
Television?
television. Righto, so Stripes are still going strong, aren't they?
Strong.
Yeah, they're the biggest seller. Alright, so here it is, the throttle down under. One is now finished, all clear coated, and it's come up bloody, I love it. This is fantastic, baby.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's two of those.
Two of those.
There is the Moto Guzzi. That's turned up really good too. Cool as. And the old True Adventure Africa Twin.
That's not finished.
No, that's
There's
right. So
more
we were kind of like struggling with this one because being on the white background, and then there's a black background.
Yeah, I tried different colours and it just, it's on that square shape, it's incomplete.
That's it, exactly.
Just...
So we've come up with, there's going to be a type of border
line
system, and then you've got a thing that goes across it, a bit of wording.
Yeah.
Because the border actually comes short. But anyway, so that's, yeah, unfinished.
A work in progress.
A work in progress, yeah.
Yeah.
Righto, that's it. So now it's bin night.
And we don't have a bin big enough.
This is all the stickery stuff that just is the byproduct.
Yeah.
And unfortunately there's nothing that we can do, like wood like that, we can burn that. But that's just got to go in the bin.
Yeah, nothing I can do about that.
That's it. And how's your back?
Shut up, I'm fine.
So it's a different spot this time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Lower down.
It's down very low. And
She got the old Denkarub heat packs on. And she can't stop.
No, if I...
Like, she can't stop in her brain anyway, but if she sits down for too long, it all seizes up, so she kind of just keeps moving around. What else happened today? Somebody came, well, 2 people came around.
Yeah, but we're not allowed to say anything yet.
But will everybody know before Tuesday?
No, they might not.
Oh, it's more of a family thing anyway, so that's all right. All right, thank you.
Okay, see ya.
Bye. Rightio. Oh, Jesus. I nearly took her face off.
Please don't do that.
This bloody CB250, I tell you what, I've been riding it around doing errands and stuff, and like today, I had to pick up a filter for Matt's KLR 650. So I jumped on this. It's a great little round town runner, and I just love it. It's a little bit like, you know, jumping on a postie, except not on a postie. You know what I mean? It's just because it's small, it's zippy. My God, it got all dark in here. If I turn around like that, boom. Yeah, it's small, it's zippy, it sounds great. Yeah, absolutely loving it at the moment. I've got to get the finale done for that CB250 bike build done. Actually, while we're here, because we've got that ride coming up on this weekend, so Max is all bloody just about packed up, ready to go, serviced. You see these things? That's those bloody mitt things, bloody sitting on there ready, because we'll be taking off in the early morning to head up. And I did have to do some unpicking to get them on there, but that's normal when you've got the bark busters. So, you know, obviously they look bloody stupid sitting on there. I haven't ridden with them yet, but we'll find out. So I'm not doing a review or anything of this. I'm not doing a review right now. I will do a review, but I want to use them and then just see how they go. Then I can do a proper review on them. And there's also another set. So these are the big set, and this is the set that Pete's got on his T700, or even he's actually used them on the DR 650 as well. So they're a long set. But you can also get another one which are shorter, and then apparently the shorter there is a metal bar in there which is movable. Yeah, you can adjust it so you can hold these open better. Oh, that's a good bloody view. So I think what I'll do is I'll buy that, because they're not very expensive. How much are they? I don't know, $30 or something like that. And who's that through? Adventure Moto, MX Store, I don't know, one of them, doesn't matter. And try the 2 different ones. Now that I've got these long ones, I'm now going, oh, maybe the shorter ones might have been a better an option, but we'll see what happens. So we've still got, for Matt, just for getting ready for this ride, his new filter, so we can put a new filter on there for him, on his air filter. I've got to install the, what do you call it, USB charger. And I've got this bit of pipe here and that bit of metal, and what I'm going to do out of that, or is, oh, that's Max's foot. We're going to basically put an extra footprint. I'm so used to having the KLR 650 buddy sitting here, but he took it home last night so he can start mucking around with packing all his gear and stuff. When he brings it back over, we're going to put a kickstand foot pad on it so that when we're out there, it doesn't sink and all that kind of, and it's got quite a bit of a lean on it, so we're going to bulk using that pipe like we did with the CB, just to give it that little bit of extra height so it's not leaning over so far on the kickstand. Shut up, Mark, you're just carrying on. I tell you what, no, while we're bloody going, hang on, should I turn, no, I don't need the lights. So I'm taking my flask with the Jimmy. Instead of, normally I'd take cans, and last time I took a flask and I took Coke cans. Yes. And that worked really well. So this time I thought, well, what if I get a bottle of Coke, still use my flask, but I fill this up with Coke. So I'm going to see if that will hold the, I don't end up with flat Coke. It's the whole thing of just not having rubbish while I'm out there. Mark's trying not use plastic, but I've had to buy plastic anyway, and then I'm so it's kind of like defeats the purpose. But you know me, I like tinkering. Righto. How many blokes does it take to change an instrument cluster? So we got John, Chappie, Matt, and me. Matt's done it all. We've just been chatting.
Yeah, you've been talking shit.
Yeah. All right, start her up, Matt. Oh, you start her up.
Oh, still got the indicator on.
So give it a rev. Give it a rev. We've got no choke. Start her up. Bloody brilliant. So he ended up putting the original everything in there. Why did you? Because the other.
I couldn't get the other one off.
Yeah, right.
It was way too stuck on there. I was going to break it, so I left it.
Cool bananas.
Pile of spare parts.
John's having fun.
Yeah.
Righto, so now we got to do the
shifter.
move that shifter.
Yep. So I can get my new boots under it.
Yep, and then tighten up that chain. And then Chappie's brought over the bags, so for the ride, which we've already had a bit of a play. They'll jerry rig up there, no worries at all.
Yep.
Bloody good shit.
Already.
Righto. Well, there you go, guys. That is Mancave Tuesday done and dusted for another week. Hope you all enjoyed it. We'll have on Wednesday a KLR 650 budget bike build, and we put the Delkovich or whatever bloody exhaust pipe on it, and oh my bloody god, that'll be a good one. Now, what else have I got to bloody tell you guys? Crazy good dual sport riding Chappie. So Chappie took 5 of us. There was 5 of us. There was me, Peter, Chappie, Kent. Oh, and Gordo, of course, Gordo. Bloody Gordo, man, crazy bastard. Took us for a ride. We start going down Rattlers Pass and just stuff goes a bit crazy. In the end, there ends up only being 3 of us finishing the ride. It'll be a long form video of that whole thing. I'm still working on it, so I'll have that out near the end of the week. What else? Open Plains Run, the tagline, I think I mentioned about that. The Open Plains Run this weekend coming. There's quite a lot of guys coming on that. It's the tagline, which is for the crew guys. So that's 2 days camping up in New South Wales, up above Hay, in the middle of bloody nowhere. So obviously the following week, hopefully I'll have a video. For the guys that don't get to come along on those rides, too far or whatever it is, there'll be, of course, a video so you can tag along with us that way. Righto guys, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.